I don't even know what is going on with MAGA sometimes. Now, you're probably thinking I mean lying about elections or being so obsessed with Trump. But that I've gotten used to it. What I haven't still, gotten used to is the lengths they'll go to and how creepy they'll get to perpetuate culture wars and to live in a fantasy world where anything they like, the wokesters must be radically upset about. And we do keep coming back to the story because people are pouring messages in. They say, Luke, you went a few days without talking about the sorority girl trend, and I need it. So, all right, we'll come back to this trend. Before that, for context, and I can probably play for you some of laying this out, but you have all these MAGA accounts posting after the Sydney Sweeney debacle, which, just to quickly summarize, was Sweeney was in an ad, talked about good genes. It was a genes ad, but people also took it as like genes, like genetics. And some random people that no one was talking about barely on the left said, that's like a Nazi dog whistle, like white genes, good genes, passed down, eugenics, right? No one was even paying attention to it. And then all of the right-wing media, Influence, or Space, and Fox News was like, this is the left. The Democrats hate anyone who's beautiful or something. So then that kind of ran dry, and they were like, what else can we do? Because Trump's messing everything up right now. That can't be the story. Ooh, what about sorority girls posting Rush videos, dancing, and we say the left can't handle this? Beautiful women dancing, I guess. And so here's some examples to refresh your memory. Then we'll look at an interesting clip of even a conservative going, guys, right-wingers, you're making this so creepy. Please stop. But you have Hosna, Doge Queen. Wow. Can you imagine the Doge Queen? Said, breaking, Texas Tech's Kappa sorority is continuing the viral Rush Talk gene trend that's sweeping the nation. They know how to be patriotic in Texas. At what point do you just give up if you're a lib? So you, me, we're supposedly upset about this, which is just dancing people, sorority girls. Someone else said, the left is still furious at how conservative values are dominating the United States right now. What's conservative about this? Because of the white dresses they have on. All right. And then someone said, and MAGA Texas girls are beautiful. Why do you think your Democrats can do? Why do you think your Democrats can do? Okay, so something about Democrats. And someone named Jack responded, that's West Campus, lol. Harris got over 75% of the vote here. So maybe it's not all MAGAs, but the dancing, the sorority of it all is supposed to be upsetting. And you saw Fox stories about it. You saw Newsmax stories about it before getting to even a conservative host saying, hey, I love the culture wars, trans this, trans that, the trans are going to trans your trans, but y'all are going a little overboard. I've seen nobody on the left upset about the sororities. And I can vouch for that before getting that clip because we did a live fact check on the show. I'm going to get a resident college student to fact check this, okay?
And that should be okay. It should be okay to celebrate things that are uniquely American. But over the past several years, we haven't done that. We've been scared. Scared of the backlash, scared of who we might offend. We've been told that what you're seeing here is wrong. We were told there wasn't enough diversity in all these videos. But all that is changing.
What? Now that you mention it. Now that you mention it. Finnerty, is that his name? Okay.
And it's changing.
Sorry, modern day Luke coming in here for a second, just podcast listeners, so you can distinguish between the two voices. Take that down for a second. It's interesting. I hadn't thought about that yet, but they keep saying that. They keep saying these are conservative values. The left must be upset, even though nobody is. Nobody. The left must be upset that sorority girls are posting dancing videos. And then they'll go, he kind of said the quiet part aloud. He's like, they can't handle that. I guess there's not enough diversity. And it's like, is that why you guys said it's a conservative thing? Oh, wait. Now that you say it, should I be concerned that, not that they're doing that, that you think we are going to be mad about it? This is American values. And it's like the left must be upset because I guess there's not enough diversity. So that it's because it's white girls dancing that you think it's MAGA. It's, all right, well, now that you say it, I guess that's strange.
Because of what happened in November. What you're looking at are sorority sisters competing with other sororities at other schools all over the country, making these videos to try and attract new members this fall. It started at just one college. Sisters choreograph a dance, and now it's a trend that has only grown from there to dozens of colleges. You can't watch these videos without smiling and maybe
something smiling, Mr. Finnerty, isn't it? Why are you watching videos of sorority girls dancing, sir? Aren't you like older? Every night I go to bed and I say, what should I do before bed? And I watch videos of sorority girls dancing.
Wishing that you were in college, maybe wishing that this could be you again, and that should be okay.
Yeah.
After 4 years of Joe Biden and DEI and tremendous reverse discrimination, especially against white people, especially against white men, fun is back. When people say America's healing, they're typically talking about the border being closed or inflation coming down or common sense coming back to the culture. And it's all of that. But more than anything.
So, more than anything, it's this.
It's things like
this. Yeah, okay. While we continue to this, please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate the show. And if you like this outfit, click the join button. Get members only content. We have lots of fun over on the members only bonus show. So this has been an argument we've been hearing, which is that Biden took away sorority girls' joy. They weren't able to dance. They weren't able to white claw. They weren't able to go woo-wee at football games. They weren't able to do their signs right. Hook 'em or gig 'em or whatever the heck mine was. Go Bobcats, right? And so Zoe here, one of the members of our team, I just want to pose this to you. Did Joe Biden take away one of your best friends is a sorority girl right now? During the 4 years of Biden, did he take away the sorority sisters' joy?
No.
Did the girls at your college still dance, have cowboy boots, drink Trulies, and have joy?
Yes.
Okay, get out of here. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, listen, we do fact checking on this show. Hello. Just as someone who's in a sorority, did Joe Biden take away your joy and your ability to dance in a sorority?
No.
Cool. Love you.
Love you.
That was fact checking, okay? Okay, so that's the context. I know it's bizarre. And we come back to it especially because in this, some aren't this simple. Some of the culture wars and the distractions. This one's so simple. And honestly, to my surprise, you had Brett Cooper, who is a conservative podcaster, doing a segment both about Sweeney and sororities and saying, my fellow conservatives, the title was Conservatives, Stop Making It Weird. This is getting weird. Y'all are acting strange. And what she won't say is that there's an intention. Not every account knows this is what they're doing. Some of them probably just really like, quote unquote, smiling, like Mr. Finnerty said, Finnerty. But I love how he's like, you watch them. It makes you smile. You lay in bed and you think to yourself, gosh, I wish I could be back in college. Hey, move forward, bruh. But there's something more pernicious here, which is that in a time when the most relevant news items will make the MAGA movement look bad, they will, then you have to get the political dialogue, even if just for a moment, back to their favorite, which is woke people are crazy, it's a moral panic. And sometimes there's stories that really are real and are examples of folks on the left being wacky. This just isn't one of them. And so it synthesizes a concept I talk about a lot, which is a little more complicated because, like, yeah, that person did say something bad, but it's not as relevant for this reason, that reason. And I think we should focus on how Trump's ripping away Medicaid. But this is just, they're totally making it up on the sorority piece. And be on the lookout, because there are going to be 1,000 issues like this one going forward, especially as Trump's term gets worse, where they try to pull the conversation to something that it shouldn't be on, and in some cases just totally fabricated. So here's Brett Cooper. Credit to her for saying y'all are being weird.
Just ridiculous. Like, SNL is not responding to the controversy, and I'm sorry, Conservative X, but neither are the sororities. The sororities are not responding. And yet, people on X, on the right, are now tacking this whole Sydney Sweeney controversy onto things that sororities have been doing for years. So, if you don't know, in sorority culture in the United States, there is something that is called rush, and that is how you get into the sorority, and that happens like the week that school starts or the week leading up to when school starts at universities. You go through, you interview with all the sororities, there's different themes, there's parties, there's all of this stuff, and on bid day, they do a whole big party and they make videos, they post them on social media, everybody's dressing up. That has been happening for years, but it made its way to social media back in 2021 when something called Rush Talk was created. And Rush Talk is like Rush TikTok, basically. And this all blew up when girls were documenting their experiences going through, the bidding process and the rush process. And then sororities basically just blew up in a huge way on social media. And so these parties that they would do and these videos got bigger and bigger and more elaborate over the last few years. So again, this is something that has been happening for years on a broad scale, but in terms of what they're posting on social media, this has been going on since 2021. They do these fun dances, they make videos, they have themed parties, it's a whole thing, and basically every August, these videos go viral and everybody talks about them. But this year, the right has decided that these things that have been happening since 2021 and before are actually sororities responding to the Sydney Sweeney controversy and saying that woke is dead. I saw an account post this video with the caption, breaking, sorority at the University of Alabama is going viral for wearing jeans in their latest recruiting video. Sydney Sweeney has opened the door for women across America to celebrate pure American beauty. Jeans. She's opened the door for women across America to wear jeans. Are you kidding me? That same account posted another one of these videos and said, American women in jeans is back. Oh yeah, me sitting on this couch 9 months pregnant in my stretchy jeans. Thank you, Sydney Sweeney. I have not worn jeans until this moment. That is so true. Another account posted a similar video and said, America is back and the Democrats hate it. They hate these sorority girls. Another MAGA account said, breaking, this sorority recruitment video is going viral after liberal women lashed out. What do you notice? I'm sorry, there are a lot of things that progressives lash out about online. There are a lot of things that get liberals, get their panties in a bunch. We talk about them on the show all the time, but we have to be honest. We can't just attack them for no reason. They're not getting upset about the sorority videos. I don't even think they care. Truth be told, I'm sure that there are a lot of liberal women in these videos because they are young women at universities, which means that they are in the demographic that is the most left-leaning demographic basically in the history of the world, I think, but certainly in the history of this country. And right now, young women, especially college-educated young women, are the most left-leaning demographic. Like liberals, they are not upset about these videos, and these videos are not in response to Sydney Sweeney. Now, this one really gets to me, though, this last one that I'm going to show you, because these girls in this video, they go to UT, which not Texas, because I live in Tennessee, so University of Tennessee, they're Vols, and just let's play this video, Max. Of course, they are wearing, cowboy boots and denim. The caption read they're back. Can you believe it? Sydney Sweeney did this. They live in Tennessee. They're in Knoxville. Half of these girls wear denim skirts and cowboy boots all the time. You walk out in Nashville. You go out on Broadway. This is the uniform. That was the uniform before Sydney Sweeney. What we should actually be talking about when we watch these videos is not what they're wearing or, how Sydney Sweeney changed their mind. What we should be talking about is how in shape they are, how fit they are, probably because they are using Merrick Health. Now,
whoa, what a plug. I gotta do better plugs. That threw me off. I was just totally watching the video. Man, what they should be talking about is how energetic those ladies look. And they're probably energetic because of Pep. Because of drinkpep.com. Energy that you deserve. Ingredients that treat you well. Family business, drinkpep.com. Get yourself an energy drink. Live probiotics, no artificial nastiness in it. This was funny. I saw a pro-Pritzker account say these Pritzker voting Democratic queens from the University of Illinois have gone viral, or Urbana Champaign have gone viral for their killer dance moves, and MAGA conservatives are triggered and just did the same thing, but with a pro-democratic spin to show how easy it is to be completely nonsensical. It is really funny though that they tell on themselves a little bit. So credit to Brett Cooper for saying, guys, this is no one's upset, and probably more of these women are liberal than conservative, but and don't know about it. Like, we don't, most people, if you're not as online as us because of the show, haven't heard of this. But how they go, this is MAGA, this is conservatism, and then one of them goes, see, we've done away with DEI. It's like, okay, it wasn't racial until you just made it racial. The Democrats hate this because it's white women. And it's like, we don't. But do you like it only because it's white women? Well, now we do have a controversy on our hands. And, you know, it connects to stuff like this. Republican Senator John Kennedy.
You're Willie Nelson high.
There you go. Saying that the liberals hate just all of these different figures.
That's not the defining characteristic of this crew. The defining characteristic of this crew, Sean, is contempt. To be a member of their club, you have to have contempt for America. Not gratitude, as you should, contempt. You have to believe that America was wicked when it was founded, and that it's more wicked today. You have to believe that America is racist and sexist and unjust. That's why they all hate George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson and Dr. Seuss and Mr. Potato Head.
It's always news to me. You know, they're like, oh, they can't handle Sydney Sweeney. And I'm like, oh, news to me. Or sorority girls, or Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss? News to me. He said they hate Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Dr. Seuss, and Mr. Potato Head. Those all connect to different culture wars Fox News has fomented. It's fascinating. And I did explain at one point kind of how I try to, in my conversation with Brian Callen, how I try to manage political discussions so that I don't get lost in silly, nonsensical debates about irrelevant things. And it actually was convincing to him, who was more on the right during this discussion.
Disaster. So damage done. So I think it's more than just youthful energy and extremism.
Yeah, you'd reference colleges. I was just trying to speak to the college point. A lot of that. So first, and I'm going to get to it, don't worry, but my whole, I guess, profession or my area of expertise, what I put my sights on is how do I advocate for changes in public policy. The only way I do that is through candidates that would be in positions of power. And where do I see those relevant issues coming up, and how can I speak to them? And so that's what I'm analyzing on a day-to-day basis.
Because I'm hitting you with all these extreme examples, right?
Well, and I'm just less engaged in things outside of like federal, legislative, electoral policy.
Right.
But I see those things, of course, because that's merged. I mean, that's one big political debate that we're having. But when I bring things back, it's to say this is where I think we should put most of our focus, and then the cultural debates and everything else have a place as well. But I think the pendulum has swung too much, which has breeded more extremism, where we spend 99% of our time debating these. You said it's a big issue. Individual cases would be big in their significance to those folks, and I would, if something was done wrong, would be opposed to it. But the consequential nature of it compared to other public policy issues is tiny. Like there's these cases
I think I stand corrected, and I think I agree with you, Luke. I think,
but I do want to get to that though.
Yeah, I think I got gamed.
Thank
I
you.
did. I'm an old guy, so I got excited. I got scared. Right? I'm like, the fuck is this? You know, chaos.
So that wasn't about the sorority controversy, but just other subjects. And sometimes they're not as silly as that, like debates over trans subjects, bathrooms or sports, or I guess those are the two main ones that people have. Obviously some right-wingers swing all the way to just very presence or existence of trans identity, but will spend, well, I should say, there's much more at stake there because you are talking about people's lives. And I think you can both say, hey, we're going to have a rational approach to this discussion and we're going to stand up for people's decency while acknowledging or contextualizing certain debates with, hey, you're wanting to talk about 2 trans athletes in Maine, which is the point I got to a little side by side, which was at the same time that Trump was passing his monstrosity of a bill that's going to devastate so many people of all different identities, all of a sudden, right-wing media is obsessed about trans in Maine, right? And it literally had to do with, it ended up having to do with 2 athletes in the whole state. It's like, we have to, of course, be thoughtful about every human life, and it's important in those humans' lives, these debates, but we also can't allow the Fox Newses of the world to force us into these obsessive cycles of debate that always seek to encourage people to lose sight of some of the most consequential subjects that usually they're being so damaging on. And so it was interesting to see him go, oh, I think I actually got a little bit gamed. I think my algorithm was feeding me just the most extreme examples of, I'm going to turn your kid into a gay giraffe. Wow. That's the left. Oh. A gay giraffe. Sounds kind of fun. That's really long. That's today's show. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you. If you're a podcast listener, rate and review. That would be wonderful. Talk to you next time.